Hey guys, welcome to No Rush Acres. My name is D'Angelo.
I'm Amber.
If you've been watching so far, I appreciate you guys for following the journey. 22 acres, man. 22 acres. And today we're going to sit down and tell you all about everything we've done in 30 days.
Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so put your word in it. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand tall. Sat and watched from the sidelines, one too many times. Wicked games we play make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude, knowing it'll be over soon. Ever need a boost, count on me for the 1-2. Trouble don't last when the tough get going. Baby, all we do is win, so show me my opponent. Adversity, doubt, stress, could care less, cause how we handle those like an S on our chest. Super proud of how we held it down on the way up. Can't wait for our day to ball, this is a layup. Nobody ever said this would be easy, but trust when I say that you got it. I know you've been looking for a breakthrough, trying our best to make do. Every day is something new, but change gon' come, oh yes it's true. Brighter days are straight ahead. Follow me, won't be misled. Just look up, don't hang your head, and we'll get to the promised land. Somebody loves you, please don't forget such. Take your time, no need to feel rushed. We gon' shine somehow one day. Word to O'Shea, today's been
Which doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, 30 days is literally just 1 month, but a lot has happened. Like,
A lot,
so much.
so much. Well, let's dive into it.
Well, I mean, this started way before 30 days ago. Like, we listed our house for sale last year, actually. We went through, started the entire process, like, in November. Finally sold officially in March. But prior to that, we had to get prepared just getting the RV, which we ended up getting in February. And we didn't close on this until June. So from
June, yeah.
the sale of the house, March 7th, to June, we were pretty much just living at different campsites looking for something. Had no idea what. We kind of figured maybe like 5-10 acres somewhere. We found a few, but those sold or weren't really what we were looking for.
Yeah, what we was really looking for at first, we kept looking, was like, oh, we finally sold the house. The day we sold the house was the day that it went off the market.
Literally.
Literally. So it's like, wow, already?
And even that was only like 12 acres, but it seemed nice. However, what we really, really wanted was something bigger. But
Essentially, yeah.
everything that we were finding was either landlocked, needed some sort of easement built into it, or I don't know, it just wasn't right.
It wasn't right for us and what we actually wanted and the things that we want to be able to do. So we kept looking and we kept looking, and this property was up there the whole time. It was up there, but the way it was listed had us confused. Different parts and different places, and there's a road separating part of our land, and then there's a piece of another road separating another piece over there, and it's just like, what? Then there's a creek running through it, and it's like, can we even use that? Well, we found out later on that we probably won't be able to use that part, but it's good for what we want to do. We want a place where we can come, we can hunt, we can ride, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, go-karts, whatever you name it. We can shoot our guns, do whatever we want to do, and not have to worry about neighbors.
And I mean, truly, it ended up better than we even expected. Like, so much better. I mean, even like our neighbors have been fantastic.
Oh, phenomenal, phenomenal.
Like, the land has turned out like when we asked the realtor about the property, she was saying that like it's had several people interested in it, but when they finally looked at it, it just wasn't what they were looking for. And so we were like, okay,
They wanted to
let's
develop
look.
it, and
Right.
it's not one of those 22 acres where you come in and you just wipe everything out and you develop the whole thing. It's not that.
Right.
It's
And it's not flat.
it's split up by the earth because of the water, which you will see later on. The water kind of splits the the parcel up, and then it's up and down. It's hills to this thing, baby. It's a ridge.
Yeah, it is. But with a whole lot of work and a vision. The point of this is to go from day 1 to 30. Day 1 was closing day. We wasted no time. I mean,
Well, guys, we are here at the lawyer's office, and we have just signed our papers. How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel really good. That was pretty seamless.
We here. Let's go. 22 acres. Can't tell you where, but we out
That
here.
paper said 74.
We ain't got 74.
I know, but that was the original.
Let's get to it, man. Let's take y'all to the property, man. Let's go.
Okay. What, we signed the papers at 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
And we were on property by 10.
I turned around. I put the truck up there at our second driveway. I come back. This girl got a whole opening with a Temu saw. This girl done cleared out a path already. You ain't no joke.
You know what's funny?
What? It's a little electric.
My nails matching.
Oh my God, get out of here. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Literally, she had the whole entire part where we could actually walk onto it. And we had to pick this specific spot because of the tent pole. We wanted to get a tent pole, but now I start to look into solar. So we're going down that rabbit hole. But
yeah, so we had 9 days to clear. Day 1 and day 2, I was actually able to be a part of.
she had that little chainsaw. But boom, y'all. Look at that, man. We dropped this one yesterday. And I found a bunch of rocks out here. I think we might end up collecting these and making a fire pit out of them. We got a pile of brush here, logs down there for fencing. We got a pile of brush and logs up there. I know every time I keep talking, I put my sandwich in there. And then we gotta clean up this whole tree and clean up these trees and keep going that way, I guess. Chainsaw, baby.
And that even itself was a fiasco. We got stuck.
Chainsaw got stuck a few times.
Yeah, had to get new chains.
Had to learn how to put a new bar. Had to learn how to put the chain back on the thing. I've used a chainsaw before just to cut a tree down in our backyard, but it was a Craftsman chainsaw, and we got steel this time around. And I mean, I can't say anything bad about them. They crank up, they run, and they cut.
It took almost 30 days for him to break it.
yeah, I finally broke it. We broke the steel, the tension screw in it. The tension screw is broken in it. But we got one coming because we got more land to clear.
Yeah. Well, we closed on a Monday, and then by Friday we had the excavator delivered.
My chainsaw days are over for this weekend. Guys, we got the big boy. Let's go. Shout out to First Choice for bringing me this rig here. We are definitely about to get some stuff cleared. Let's go.
So we had the excavator for the weekend. We did break it.
Full blown leak. Like, come on, man. Look at this dude. Oh. That was, the excavator helped tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
Just coming in and cutting what we cut first, I think if we could have probably had waited until the excavator came and probably could have got the same amount of work done. But it did rain on us, though. It rained on us. So that kind of messed up. Now we got a big old pile sitting around. And half of our stuff is ungraded because of the rain, so.
Yeah. We got the excavator. That went pretty good. It did break, but they were phenomenal at coming out and fixing it and able to get right back to it.
We also made paths. Me and Lala rode around and we made a path. So we have half of this side is accessible by four-wheeler dirt bike and walking.
Yeah, and that made it really convenient, especially eventually when we got the pigs and able to access them.
Stretch it.
That was definitely a great idea to do with the excavator. We'll eventually
And
have to do it
digging
again,
this ditch
for
this bridge that we're sitting on that we built.
Yes.
This this ditch definitely came in handy, or we would have probably had water all under the RV.
Yeah. And then so we had 9 days to get everything cleared, get the rock up here so that we can get the RV. Well, day the RV was supposed to be here, we got a surprise delivery of 20 tons of rock.
We got a pile of rocks in the way. Or we got the RV down there, so I guess I'm gonna be clearing rock. Oh man. What are you doing?
Very inconveniently placed.
I wouldn't say inconveniently because he probably couldn't get down here because the ground was wet.
True.
So he probably couldn't get down here, but we would have wished that he would have maybe tried. I don't know if he tried or not because we wasn't here, but maybe tried to have, poured us a driveway with the rock.
Yeah.
But
so 1 full day of moving it by hand, shovel and wheelbarrow, and then the next day a skid steer was brought in. So that was helpful to finish that
I'm gonna tell y'all, get y'all a wheelbarrow with 2 wheels. I probably done that one-legged wheelbarrow over so many times out here shoveling. I was getting upset, and I was just like, you know what, Amber? I got probably about half of this knocked out. My hands are hurting. My back is hurting. Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
So what we do? We're gonna get a walk behind skid steer the next day.
Yeah.
And that was still a workout. What I have come to realize is this may seem a little bit easier, but it's still taxing on the body for sure. I mean, you gotta walk up and down with this thing. You can ride it, but the ground is so uneven that it just keeps smacking the back of the thing. So it's really not kind of good. But overall, this little thing is getting it done. And this is the gasoline version, not the diesel version. And it's moving this rock like it ain't nothing, so.
And then, so we had 2 days to do the rock, and then the RV officially came up here. And what was supposed to be a glorious day was quite literally the most defeating day that we have had.
I think that's probably been the worst day so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely outdoing it. It's the worst day so far.
I mean, we woke up and we were so excited. We woke up early. Everything was going to be great.
Coffee in my system.
Yeah.
I was ready to spark a cigar.
So then we get up here. We literally back the RV in. We think everything's going good.
And I was so scared about that part.
Yeah.
Backing this thing up in here, but.
We got it up here and then it all just went to hell from there. The leveling system stopped working. And we tried and tried, and I cracked the screen, and then it was officially broken.
She cracked the heck out of it.
I did. Listen!
I was like, leave it alone.
Because it would work. It worked for like 2 seconds, and then it would stop. And then it would work again.
We should have just waited until daggone nighttime.
I honestly think the motherboard was fried. Which how they have it set up is weird anyways. So we're trying to do it by hand. We're getting frustrated. And he's like, you know what, I'm just going to go do something else. Takes the chainsaw, the little chainsaw, and goes to the back where the electric fence is.
Yeah, I had to go get the pig fence.
Yeah.
Because it was under trees from the excavator.
And
I thought it was under trees from the excavator, and it wasn't.
And he's not even down there for 5 minutes before he jumps the ditch and...
Oh, my back is killing me right now. It is killing me. I caught a muscle spasm in high school. No, in college. No, I caught one in high school in the middle of a basketball game. And then again in college. And that is what it feels like right now. I can barely breathe. Oh wow, this is crazy. Not right now. Day 12. I'm out for the count. I'm done. I gotta rest. Boom.
Goes out.
Back.
I mean, like,
The very first day we moved to the freaking pad, the leveling system don't work and a back injury. Yeah. All I could do was look up to the sky, and I was like, I was crying. I ain't gonna cap. I was crying. I was like, man, this just can't be true. Like, really, man?
Yeah.
Like, is this not meant to be or what? Like, what is the freaking problem? Like, why on today, out of all days, does all this happen?
So, urgent care we went.
Yep.
And that one wasn't bad. Urgent care, there was literally nobody in there. It was pretty smooth.
We got in, got out.
Yeah, that one went well. And then went to Walmart. He got to ride on the scooter. Got his meds, got him fixed up.
It was a back spasm.
Yeah.
So I believe from working myself so hard, like literally I was coming out here from the day that we signed. I came out here at least 9 o'clock every single day, or maybe 8 o'clock.
And
got
it was an hour
here
drive.
And I worked all day long, non-stop, chainsaw rolling. I mean, the neighbors even said, well, he's not afraid to work, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But what is going on over there? Because he is definitely he's cutting that chainsaw, using that chainsaw, and it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally how we met every one of them. They were all like,
they was all coming by and stopping, like, what? Yeah. So I think that was at a point where it was telling me, dude, you need to slow down. You're here. Rest yourself, because if not, I would have kept going. That's just how I am. I'm just gonna keep working. So
yeah, that's for sure.
But that did not hold us back. What did we do next?
So after we got you feeling better, and we spent the next day leveling this thing by hand. I mean, taking turns, use the baby's blanket as a cushion. Back
hurt and all.
We got it better.
Wish we would have had went to Facebook sooner, because everybody on Facebook was saying, man, you should have got a breaker bar. I still don't know what a breaker bar is. But we went to Harbor Freight.
We did.
We tried to get a cord screw gun with the highest, the highest torque ratio or whatever the heck. Would not turn it at all. Smoking.
No, that thing did not.
Smoking.
You're not doing. And when I called the company about it, because they said that they couldn't come out. You can't file it with insurance until they can come out, and they couldn't come out until after the first of the month. And I was like, well, what do you guys use? What do you use to do this? Because I know that you have to do it sometimes. And he didn't even know. He was like, I just know that it's some crazy amount because of how hard it is, but I don't know. So we're like, okay, well, let's just go and get the biggest one.
No. Not at Harbor Freight. No, not at Harbor Freight.
So we did it by hand. We leveled it as best as we could.
We slept like this.
Literally, the first night, we
nights.
just had to give up. Yeah. We had to absolutely give up, and we slept at such an incline. Yeah. It wasn't even funny. You would have thought we was in a recliner the way we were sleeping. It was bad. Yeah. Like, even the mattress was coming off of the... Yeah. But
whole RV like this.
After an entirely defeating day, we woke up the next day, feeling a little better, got to it, and the RV still, 30 days later, is not fully level. But it's fine. It's manageable. It's absolutely doable. It's fine. Well, from there, we knew that we need to keep rolling. We had a goal in mind, and so we had to start with our projects, which the first one was building the box for the transportation of our first animals.
Well, we didn't know if that was going to be the first animals, but we was going to prepare ourselves to get a animal. I was hoping it wasn't going to be a goat first, because
it wasn't.
Those are little escape artists.
Yeah. But we knew that we needed something helpful.
I knew we would probably get chickens.
Yes.
But guys, we ended up getting 2, not 1, but 2 Berkshire pigs. What are we doing?
I told you, shenanigans.
OMG,
We just drove an hour for this.
We just drove an hour for this. Oh wow. Hey, buddy. Oh wow.
That's your mama.
Girl is not scared of
She ain't scared at all. She ain't never been scared. Got her pig in her hand too. Good gracious.
Good morning. Yeah. Hi, girls. Hi, girls.
Well, guys, you have already guessed it. Our first animal is going to be a Berkshire pig.
2 of them.
2 of them. We're going to get 2 girls here, and then we're going to try to find us 2 boys. But he got 2 roosters just running around.
Mm-hmm.
He got goats, too. And let me tell you.
We wish we probably would have built the bridge a little sooner because the absolute chaos
Dude,
transporting
those things
them.
was hollering like they was freaking, like they sounded like little kids screaming. "Arr!" Like
It was bad. It was so bad.
it was bad. Then I had to cross this ditch that I just dug with an excavator, and yeah, I had to get down on my knees and bring them across. But
Yeah.
we got the electric fence set up, threw them in the pen, and they got right to work.
Very much
I mean, it took them a day to adjust. It did take them a day to adjust
Yeah.
because they was kind of like, what the heck is going on?
Right. They went from this enclosure with all their siblings and their mom, and now they're in some foreign place. Like,
Yeah.
but they have been absolutely thriving since. So that was good. And they've done an amazing job of rooting up the land back there. So if we want to use it for garden or literally anything, it's
Yeah.
set and ready to go. So with all the clearing, he's been gathering trees that are good size for posts.
Hmm.
And I mean, like, there would be different stations throughout. So
Yeah, there still is.
Yeah.
We still have posts around. I thought that I was going to try and do 10 posts a day for 4 days, and I was like, I thought it was going to be a lot, but when you cut down a tree, you literally can get at least about 4 posts, depending on how tall that tree is, 4 to 5 posts out of one tree. So
yeah.
we racked up very, very fast on posts.
And the electric fence that we got was only like, what, 164 feet?
Yeah, 164 feet.
And we knew that it was temporary. It was solar and it worked great, but we needed a bigger area.
Yeah.
So that was able to come down, and we were able to put the fence with the posts up once we got the auger. That made it a whole lot easier.
Yeah. I was not about to dig 38 holes. That was not going to happen.
We're also setting up to do the water tank system. So we knew that we needed an off-grid system. We'd gotten a quote for a well, and off-gate $10K, $10,000 to start. And that's to go to 200 feet. Anything after that is $20 extra per foot.
Yeah, and my neighbor told me that he had one of his wells. He has like 2 or 3 wells, and one of them is actually like a man-made well from a long time ago. But anyways, he said one of them is 400 feet, and the other one is like 207. So I'm like,
yeah. If we were to do a 400-foot well, that would cost us over $14,000, and no, absolutely not.
$14,000 just to get some water.
Right. So we were going to get water delivered. We got it priced. It was like $150 for 1,000 gallons. So we were setting that up, found some IBC totes on Facebook Marketplace, and then Tractor Supply had a 550-gallon tank online for $649.
Yeah.
When we had seen it at the store. So we're like, all right, let's go to Tractor Supply. We'll get it. Well, that ended up being a fiasco because the tank that they had was listed for what?
$1,299.
$299.
Yeah, $299.
The sale online was $649.
Yeah, we got it for $640. Yeah, so we got it on sale.
They originally weren't going to give it to us because
Nah.
the SKU numbers were different. But I was like, listen,
the same
nothing
tank.
about this is different. It's the same size, same brand, same color, same everything. And then when finally the manager looked at it, she was like, I agree. like, I'll give it to you for that.
I think
but
at first she thought that we was trying to get over it because she
think so,
kept
too.
saying, we could hear like, is this one of those scams? Scam? Trying to scam you.
Right. Finally, she looked over it. But in the process of trying to figure all that out, we obviously were thinking we were going to leave the store with nothing, and we couldn't do that. So we got our first 10 chickens.
Never leave people alone. And Tractor Supply
When the lights are on.
when the lights are on. Going to Tractor Supply when those red lights are on and those silver bins, it's like seeing a Krispy Kreme hot sign on. It's like, what?
The girls are down here. It scared me.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, no, I was left unattended while trying to figure out the water thing, and so we got the first 10 chickens.
Yep.
So we came home with those.
We ended up getting a small, well, she got,
Yeah.
this was her doing, okay?
Listen, I thought 10 was fine. I was totally fine with 10, okay? However,
We was not ready
it was fine.
for chickens.
But then I also have a husband that sometimes does listen. And he remembered that I really wanted runner ducks. And what did Tractor Supply have when he had to go for more materials?
They had running ducks, so we ended up
did.
getting ducks too.
Yeah.
Man, they had ducks in there. I made a business decision. This was a business decision. You feel me? Why did I do what?
Why did you get more chicken?
I ain't getting no more chickens.
Yes, you did. I hear them.
This ain't no chickens, boy.
It's not slick. I see them.
This is a duck.
What? You got a duck? Oh my gosh. You got ducks. Oh wow. No, why would you get ducks?
Huh?
What's the point of getting ducks?
For eggs. And then I was like, we probably should build a bigger brooder. It wasn't, the tote wasn't big enough and it wasn't working out. So I was like, I gotta build these chickens and ducks something. So we tried to use scraps that we had here, tree logs and free pallet, and
It looked nice. It did. We thought it would work. And
Let's
then he
just
went
say-
and got 10 more, or what, you got 12 more chickens?
yes, I
Yeah.
got 12 more chickens to make our flock 22.
This
Because
man
we're on
texted me.
22
and was like,
acres and 22 is our number. And so I was trying to have a flock of 22.
He said, do we have this chicken? I said, no. Well, what about this one? No. Well, this one? Uh-uh. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, how many did you get? 12. And I was like, sir. So then we ended up with 22 chickens and 4 ducks
And this brooder. And then
while we were gone.
we went to Home Depot to get stuff for this water system
Mm-hmm.
so we could complete that project. And we saw that a chicken was out and it was peeping, so it was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's telling on itself, it's out. Well,
Yeah.
we go to put it in, and behold, there is
Oh
a
my
snake
God.
with a duck wrapped up, getting ready to eat them up.
Yeah. So we found out quickly that that brooder was not going to work.
And
It
he
had taken.
ate 3. He ate 3 chickens and murdered a duck.
Mhm. So he had to go. He had to go. And then you found another snake.
Yeah, we was
That day
actually building, when we was building the box, the Brooder 2.0, we was building that, and I go to pick up the tarp, and there's a little head sticking out, and I'm like, what the crap? The kids are like, what, there's a snake? I was like, yes, there's a snake.
Yeah.
So 2 snakes in one day. Had not seen a snake since.
We really haven't. But people were telling us to like put out mothballs or the snake away, and we followed all of those recommendations, and I think that it's really helped.
Yeah,
That and the brooder that we have now is definitely
they're not.
effective.
Yeah, there's no snake getting in there.
Yeah. Then we had to bring in some more equipment. So wood chipper had to come in.
Yeah, we got a wood chipper from Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
It is a 3-inch wood chipper.
That he did jam. the
I
very
jammed
first.
it the very first branch. It's like, I don't know. I feel like every time I do a project, I end up not breaking it, but we go through the malfunction that you're probably going to end up going through sometime or another if you're using these things, like the chainsaw, chain breaking, not breaking, but chain popping off, chain being dull. Those are things that you're going to have to end up eventually doing. With this, it happened the same exact way. Stuck a tree bench in there and jammed it up. So, not even getting to use it or see wood chips fly out of it, I'm breaking it down.
Pretty much.
So,
Our goal was to reuse or make do with the things from the land, which the biggest thing was the trees. So turning them into posts, wood chipping them, and then we found the idea of a dead hedge, basically using the branches that were too big to go into the wood chipper, but too small to be posts. And it essentially ends up being like a fence. So we started with that one.
this is my side.
Yeah. Yeah. So the point of the dead hedge is that it's all dead, not that it will eventually die.
But nobody said you couldn't put green stuff in there and then it dies.
I did say that.
She
and so
was
then while I went to work.
She's like, no green stuff.
Right, because we could put it in the wood chipper.
Okay. If I see a branch that got green stuff on it and I just cut it down, I'm not going to leave it to the side.
Put it in the wood chipper.
I ain't got time to put it in the wood chipper. It's hot out here. Throwing it right over there.
So now
let the sun beam down on it.
Not dead hedge.
It's dead. It's already dead. But, you know, it is what it is.
That was like 5 days ago.
Yeah, but it also rained back to back to back. So, therefore, it's been cloudy. So, therefore, the sun hasn't beamed down on it but one day since I did that. So,
yeah. Well, then we experienced record flooding. I mean, like, there's still roads that are closed. There's sinkholes that were caused. There was absolute disaster.
Yeah, our 1 acre down there was completely underwater. And the 6 in the back was completely underwater, too.
Yeah.
So,
like, you couldn't even access it with trees down and water up and... Great time for a 4-wheeler, but
yeah, great time for a 4-wheeler, especially when it drains out. It's gonna be so muddy back there.
But thankfully, the ditch that he dug with the excavator worked wonders. I mean, it looked like a huge waterfall was happening, but it did what it needed to do. And then the rock that we had delivered was fantastic. So the RV was fine. Everything honestly was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the generator held up. I don't know if anybody around here lost power, but obviously we didn't because we're on generator power.
We're on generator.
Yeah. And then we finally got our water delivery. That took a while. They're actually pretty backed up for delivery, and then also trying to coordinate getting the tanks and whatnot.
The right fit ends.
Yeah.
That didn't go as planned either because it was supposed to be delivered later on that day. But we ended up getting there early due to the storm. So he had things that was canceled and he was already up this way. So
yeah.
Yeah. And we still have a baby leak.
We do. Not horrible, but like you can definitely tell that there is a small leak. But we finally got water in the RV. We have running water, which we had for the first week that we were up here. Only because we brought water in.
Yeah.
But we're still having to be like super conservative with it. But we haven't had running water since the first week of being here. That's been rough. So that was a very exciting thing.
So we did a lot. I mean.
Oh, the kids zip line. That we did do.
Yeah, we did.
We bought this zip line 2 years ago?
Yeah.
2 years ago for Christmas.
2 years ago. It was in a while.
But really no good place to put it up at the house, and we kind of just put it off, and it just ended up sitting in the garage for a long time. And turns out it needed
land.
A land. And we got one.
So
that was the highlight of the kids' time here. I mean, like, they love girls.
They're doing circles back there.
They get zoomies. I don't know if you guys know this, but pigs get zoomies like dogs do. And they're so curious. Like, yesterday when we were working on that barrel for the water.
Oh, yeah, we made DIY barrel.
Yeah. When we went to pick them up, we saw that they were using the nipple system for their water barrel. So we knew that we were going to want to do that.
They was trained to electric fence, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Besides the first time that they got out, like when we first started and the line wasn't on, they have been no issue whatsoever in this electric fence. Not from,
knock on wood.
Right. Not from the first one or the second one. So that has been really good. But we wanted to do the same kind of system. And as soon as he puts it up, they're literally trying to knock it over.
Yeah, the water barrel.
Right.
They tasted it and they was like, oh, it's water. And then they were like, yeah, we're about to definitely knock this over. Not happening.
Yeah.
Happening.
So we had to improvise and put a system in place.
Put another piece of board on that thing today.
But, so that's at least good. Now the only thing we have to figure out is the best way to get water up there since our hose doesn't reach.
Yeah.
Which we may be able to just get a longer hose.
Yeah, but the pump only shoots out 50 feet.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And that would have to take it uphill.
Yeah.
If
we can get this barrel over here, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
So that means probably one of our next projects is going to be a shed that catches water for them, so we don't have to drag it so far.
Yeah.
And we could just pump from barrel to barrel if we need be, or make a system that goes from barrel to barrel and fills it up. So.
Yeah. So that's the next one. And then we see what other animals we can get.
But yes, so it has been a very busy 30 days. And we still got 60 more to go.
90 days. We still got 70 more days to go.
Dang it.
Yeah. But I mean, if this is the progress that we can make in 30 days, I can only imagine what this thing is going to look like at 100.
Yeah, so
stick
around for the 100-day challenge, because that's what we're on right now. We're doing 100 days of creating a homestead from scratch. Literally scratch.
And I mean, 30 days ago, you couldn't even see into here.
Yeah,
there wasn't anything. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Couldn't even see in here. So, and it's more hand labor. This is more hand labor than machine labor. We only had a machine for 3 days, which it got a lot of work done in 3 days with the excavator.
Yeah.
But we're still cleaning up from that, and yeah, still knocking down trees.
We're about to have so many dead hedges, it's not even funny.
Yes.
But I see why people do them, for sure. But now we have to build structures and keep going.
This next 30 days, we will be building structures. So
I think we should probably do a recap every 30 days.
Yeah, we'll give you guys a recap every 30 days. How about that?
Yeah.
So stick around, and like I said, make sure you guys subscribe. If you're watching this video now, subscribe. Follow our journey. It's a good journey. At least I think it is. There's a lot of people in the comments saying it's a good journey. So follow us, guys. Subscribe. Follow us on Facebook as well. No Rush Acres on Facebook. You probably can see a little bit more faster updates on there, on the story and on the page.
Yeah.
So yeah. Appreciate you guys for watching.
So much.
And road to 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 followers on Facebook. We started this from scratch. We have another YouTube page, which is No Rush Crew, which is just straight family vlogs, but we started this page from scratch because we wanted it to be solely about this land and all the things that we accomplished. So maybe we can go back later, rewatch them. Our kids can watch them.
Yeah.
that was why we started this channel. So right now we're not getting paid from this, but it's okay. We will probably eventually get paid for it, but it is what it is. Subscribe. All right, help us out by subscribing. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment your favorite episode from the last 30 days, so we can see which one y'all like the most.
Yeah. And the feedback is definitely very much appreciated
for sure.
and taken into consideration.
For sure.
If not, most of the time when people give feedback, we usually do it. Like, especially with the brooder situation, all of the things. So, more than welcome and appreciated.
But, appreciate you guys. And, like I say in every video, love, peace, and happiness.